Right now we're in Nesconset. We're on Southern Boulevard, just south of Route 25. We're at a company that's been around for 40+ years and is one of the world's leading manufacturers of fire and rescue equipment. You're watching Made in Smithtown, and this is the Fire Research Corporation. Brian, how are you?
Good, how are you today?
Good, thank you for having us here. Can you just give us a little bit of a background on the Fire Research Corporation and all the different products that because I know they're very innovative in the products that they design and make. Can you just touch on that a little bit?
It was founded in 1968 by the president of the company, Jack McLaughlin, and the company originally started in the basement of his home. It was in the late 70s when the company moved to Nesconset. We started with one small section of the building our mechanical division is in. We now use the majority of that building, as well as the building we're in now for our electronics department. So we've grown space-wise about 10 times. We make all of our own products here. All of our products are designed by our in-house engineers. The software for the electronics is written by programmers in our engineering department. And we purchase parts from suppliers, things we can't make ourselves, but the majority of the stuff is built, assembled, tested in this facility.
A sort of new product that you have out that is
It's an LED scene light. It's the most intense scene lighting available in the industry. We call it the Spectra LED. It's available in 12 volt, 120 volt, or 240 volt. So there's multiple versions available of the same light. And that is one of our leading products. We believe it's important to make the products in Smithtown. The founder started the company on Long Island, and the company will stay on Long Island. We believe in keeping all of production in-house instead of outsourcing it. It allows us to maintain quality at a much higher level than if we purchase parts from other places, and keeps our product innovative and on top of the market.
Okay, Brian, we're talking about the Spectra light, and you're going to take us through the process from start to finish of how it's produced, correct?
That is correct.
All right, and the first step is?
Electronics engineering.
Okay.
This is our electrical engineering department. We have 3 design engineers and 2 software programmers. All of the products are designed here. Start with picking the components that we're going to use to make the light, in this case LEDs. There's a large variety to choose from, so they have to find the one that's going to best serve our need and provide the longevity we require. They then design the entire product to board layout, working with the mechanical engineering department to make sure everything comes together as a package when it's completed.
And how long does this process typically take?
Typically it's about 7 months from start to finish. From the time they start with a concept, pick all the components, and get everything ready for production through the testing stage and quality control stages.
Okay, Brian, so we just came from electrical engineering, and now we are in mechanical engineering?
That is correct.
Okay, what goes on here?
Mechanical engineering designs the housings, the castings that the circuit boards get mounted in. They also design the lens, the optics in the lens, so that we have control of where the light goes when the light is turned on to provide optimal performance.
And now you had said before when we were in electrical that mechanical and electrical engineering kind of go hand in hand and they work simultaneously together. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. In order for it to go into production, it has to be relatively easy to assemble. So mechanical engineering and electrical engineering have to work together so that the circuit board fits into the housing. The screws that hold the circuit board in place have to line up through the circuit board and into the housing, otherwise it won't assemble. They also have to work together to make sure that there's going to be adequate cooling for the electronics and circuit boards to keep them from failing.
So now that electrical and mechanical engineering, they've done their part, Now it's on to
production.
All right, let's go take a look at that.
Okay.
Okay, Brian, so we've looked at the electrical design and the mechanical design, and now where are we?
We're in the first stage of production. The circuit boards come in, purchased from an outside vendor, built to our specification. First thing we do when we receive them is test them, which is what he's doing behind us.
Okay.
Each board is tested individually to ensure that it's working properly and built to our specification. From here, the boards will go to the mechanical assembly area where multiple boards are put together in a housing and assembled into a final fixture.
So now is this basically just kind of like the first version, the prototype? If this one works, then it becomes mass produced, or does each board come here to be tested?
Each board is tested individually. The light can be made of 3 to 5 boards depending on the version of the light, and each component is tested individually before it goes into production.
How long would this process typically take?
For each product, because there's several boards, it's done over a several-day period, but it takes about 10 minutes to test each board.
Okay, Brian, so you've already shown us electrical engineering and mechanical engineering, and we've seen the electrical production part. Where are we now?
We're in mechanical production. Behind this door is the beginning of that process, which is a machine shop. All the parts are manufactured or machined in that area so that the production personnel have parts to assemble with.
It sounds pretty loud in there, so we're going to keep that behind closed doors for right now. Now, when it comes out to here, what exactly goes on here?
Some of the parts have to get painted, so they'll go from here to the paint area where they get powder coated and baked in an oven. Then they come back to the production area. All the individual components needed to build a product are put together, and someone sits there and assembles it.
Now, how long does this process take once it comes from electrical production?
Once all the components are together, we can assemble the product and ship it in the same day.
Oh, wow. And where do you get the raw materials from?
Raw materials come from local suppliers. We use all different materials from brass to aluminum to different types of plastics. All comes in as raw material, we machine it. Some of our pieces come in as castings and have to be machined for finished product.
Can we just go in and take a look at some of the machines?
Sure we can.
So now we're entering the final stage of the production process.
This is where it actually becomes a light. Off to my left, he's assembling one of our spectral lights. That current version is a surface mount 120 volt light that'll be mounted on the side of a fire truck or emergency vehicle.
And now this would probably take how long?
The actual assembly takes about 35 to 45 minutes to assemble everything, put it together. Then it'll be tested, and then from here it goes to one more station where they finish putting any other pieces with it that need to ship, such as a pole, if it's a pole mount light. Put any markings on it, serial number, and then from there it goes out the door.
All right, Brian, so we've seen it from engineering all the way through production. This is basically the finished light. All it needs to be is tested, is that correct?
Comes over here. Any pieces that have to go with it get assembled or put together here, so it's a full package. They mark it with the serial number here, do the testing, and from here goes the shipping to go to the customer.
Excellent. Can we turn this one on, see if it works?
We can. Cover your eyes.
I was going to say, do we need sunglasses? Wow.
It's 20,000 lumens.
Wow. That's, yeah, you can see that coming a long ways away. So Brian, what are some of the ways that FRC promotes their products?
Well, we advertise in magazines that go to fire departments for the fire service. We also go to several trade shows. At the trade shows, we're going to show a large selection of our product line.
Okay.
We have lights that work, electronics that have simulator programs in it, so it looks like it's working just like it would on a fire truck. And we'll also show new products that we're working on. so that our customers know what's coming out in the future, so that when we reach market with that product, we already have a customer base that wants to buy it.
Now, how far in advance would you typically show a product before it's finished? What would it be? Would it be after the design portion, before production, or?
It's typically near the final stages of design, so that it's going to go into production in the near future, within the next couple of months.
And then when the product is finally finished, I guess you send out information saying this product is now available, and then you start taking orders?
Yes, we'll send marketing bulletins or sales bulletins to all of the truck manufacturers, and we'll run a campaign ad for that product in the magazines just as it becomes available, saying that it's now available and showing what the final product looks like and all the features of that product.
Brian, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to show us around FRC, and hopefully we'll be back to see some more products.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed watching and finding out more about the Fire Research Corporation right here in Nesconset. Please join us next time when we find out what else is made in Smithtown.